Okay, so given these challenges, what are the possible outcomes of the current water problems of the Colorado River Basin?
Well, the Mexican law establishes that the urban users have the priority in water allocation. So, in a certain way, the cities of Mexicali, of Tijuana, Rosarito, and Ensenada should be receiving at least the same amount of water that they are receiving, or that they have received for the past years. And so um, these cities are expected to grow. So obviously, then the urban demand is going to grow, and I think that if I remember correctly, Tijuana is the city that is going to grow, the largest.
Yeah.
So these demands are going to grow. This definitely is going to have an impact on the agricultural user. And the main agricultural user of the Colorado River, as we have mentioned before, is the District 014 in Mexicali. So definitely our agricultural farmers, have to be prepared to make some changes, some maybe some painful changes, to do because they will be receiving less water. As I mentioned, urban areas have priority. So if less water from the Colorado is being sent to Mexico, urban users are kind of protected, but the agricultural users are not. So they will have to make some tough choices.
Yeah, and also we can expect more water deficits in the Mexicali Valley for sure, and also salinity increases now because we have less water. And it's important to say that the challenges are different for each irrigation unit of the 22 irrigation units of the Mexicali Valley. So a collaboration between all the different irrigation units and institutions will be essential to address these water cuts.
And I think we have to, so we have a limited amount of water, and Leopoldo is mentioning, so if the law is applied in Mexico, the first hand, the highest priority users will be the municipalities. And then the rest will be kind of suffer or adjusted by the irrigation district 14, Valle de Mexicali. Now, that one, I mean, we have to put it in perspective, because so from the Colorado River, Mexico receives 1,500 units of water, or 1.5 million acre feet, 1,850 million cubic meters. But the size of the water use is about 2,500 million cubic meters. And Leopoldo, correct me, the amount of water used for the cities is?
On the West Coast is 120 million cubic meters. So it's only 5% of that.
So it is not that much. I mean, so when we're saying is that they are going to grow, yes, but it represents 5%. That's 8%. So really the ones that will have to be adjusted is the farmers. The one other problem here is that, again, the irrigation district have to adjust. And one way of adjusting is kind of being prepared and saving water, or having water in your bank. In this case, it might be the aquifers. But the problem here is that farmers have been
cashing.
Yeah, cashing in advance. They've been just kind of overexploiting, overdrafting the aquifer, and by now, it is a situation where it is not when they are gonna run out of water on the aquifer. No, it's not if, but when, because right now that is happening. I know that I don't sound that optimistic. I think Leopoldo is a little bit more optimistic, but yeah, I don't know when I'm a pro ag, or I like agriculture. I like food. I really like food. But the thing here is that it is of a size, so it is 160,000 hectares. That will be roughly 350,000 acres. A third of a million acres. It's a lot of land, and I'm not sure that we have water for that area there. I don't know. I'm thinking of farmers, but I don't know. I think, Leopoldo, you have a more kind of optimistic way of
I think that you know, if cities save, let's say 5 or 10% of the water, the impact against the whole system is really small. But the farmers, if they save, you know, and they change some of the methods that they use for irrigation, or change crops, or whatever kind of different measures, the potential for water savings is really high. So I think, I mean, I want to be optimistic, and I believe that they will be able to change. We will be able to find also ways of incentive, or is that the word?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that they can do it. I mean, we don't want, you know, somebody like the government, you know, with the stick, you know, beating them and asking them to save water. You know, we have to find new ways, you know, to talk all users, you know, and make these decisions, because these decisions are for the benefit of everybody. And so we have to be sitting at the same table, you know, and really, you know, having this brainstorm of ideas, so that we can come with some solutions that are going to be, you know, for everybody.